Have you ever wondered what's going on inside your body right now? Maybe you're feeling hungry, tired, or your muscles ache after a run. But deep inside every one of your cells, something incredible is happening. Thousands of tiny chemical reactions are taking place every second. Your cells are like busy marketplaces, where molecules are constantly being broken down, built up, and transformed. This invisible activity, all those reactions, working together, is what we call metabolism. And the organized chains of these reactions are known as metabolic pathways. A metabolic pathway is like a biochemical assembly line. Each step in the pathway is controlled by a special enzyme, which acts like a worker speeding up one specific reaction. The product from one step becomes the starting material for the next. Together, these steps transform simple molecules into more complex ones, or break large molecules down to release energy. Metabolic pathways can be defined as a series of enzyme-controlled reactions, where an initial substance is transformed into a product, which then serves as a substrate for another enzyme-controlled reaction. This process continues until the final product is formed. Metabolic pathways are advantageous because, when the pathway is functioning, the initial substrate is continuously converted into the final product. When the amount of the end product reaches a certain level, feedback mechanisms stop the pathway. Every enzyme in a pathway is controlled by a specific gene. That means one gene encodes for one specific enzyme or protein. If a gene changes or mutates, the enzyme it produces may no longer function properly, or it may become non-functional. When that happens, the pathway can be blocked, and the cell might not produce the final product it needs. Sometimes, this also causes a buildup of the substances that come before the blocked step. This can lead to genetic disorders that affect how the body functions, or change the phenotype. Let's look at two examples: phenylketonuria, or PKU, and albinism. To explain this, we use a very simple metabolic pathway shown here. PKU happens when an enzyme called PAH doesn't work correctly. This could be due to a mutation in the gene that encodes the PAH enzyme. PAH's job is to change an amino acid called phenylalanine, found in proteins, into another amino acid called tyrosine. When PAH doesn't work, phenylalanine builds up in the blood, which can cause brain damage and intellectual disability. That's why newborn babies are tested for PKU soon after birth. If diagnosed early, people with PKU can live healthy, normal lives by following a low-protein diet and taking tyrosine supplements. Another example is albinism, which occurs when a different enzyme called tyrosinase doesn't function properly. Tyrosinase helps convert tyrosine into melanin, the pigment that colors our skin, hair, and eyes. Any mutation in the gene that encodes the tyrosinase enzyme could cause a buildup of tyrosine in the body. If tyrosinase isn't active, tyrosine cannot be transformed into melanin. As a result, melanin isn't produced, and the person will have very light skin, hair, and eye color. This condition is called albinism. Melanin also protects us from sunlight, so people with albinism need to be extra cautious when they're in the sun. So, the next time you eat, run, or even rest, remember, your cells are hard at work, running countless metabolic pathways that keep your body alive, energized, and functioning. It's life's chemistry, happening every second, inside you. Now, students preparing for the exam, pause your video and answer this question using the simplified metabolic pathway provided. Discuss why the environment can prevent a person from developing PKU disorder but not from developing albinism. In your answer, include the following points: an explanation of a metabolic pathway, an explanation of why a person with PKU must stick to a low-protein diet for their entire life, a discussion of how a person develops both PKU and albinism. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it helps you understand the basics of metabolic pathways. See you soon with another educational video. Until then, happy learning.